What's going on, guys? It's Super here, and I'm bringing you guys this Darkseid gameplay breakdown. It's not really too much of a gameplay breakdown, but we pretty much get an explanation from Ed and Tyler here of what Darkseid's all about. And I have to tell you guys, he just looks ridiculous in every possible right way. Darkseid just looks awesome. And I know they say that he's more of a zoning character, which his Omega Beams are ridiculously good. Like, they're really good. But he has teleports, and he just looks really cool. So I'll let you guys enjoy it. I'll be back doing a full breakdown of, Darkseid and some Joker later once I get my actual gameplay that I captured at the Injustice 2 event. So look out for that later on. That's going to be it. Leave a like on the video if you like Darkseid, and I'll see you guys next time.
While we're getting into it, can you talk a little bit about Darkseid and how you developed his moves a little bit?
Yeah, you know, Darkseid is a what's one of the coolest things about Darkseid is his stance. You know, he's so arrogant, he's so pompous. He keeps his hands behind his back, and he fights with his hands, behind his back as if
gosh. What
like
a
he's just almost
guy.
Yeah, he's just like just baiting you to try to do something.
He really is.
Yeah, and he's what like fighting game terms call like a zoner character.
Mm-hmm.
He's all about keeping his opponent in another area, where they're in danger, and where he has just this arsenal of moves that they can attack him. And as you can see, he's all about the eye beams. He's
so
all about
cool.
that, and that's like his kind of style. Traditionally, zoner characters aren't as big as he is, so that's a cool kind of mix-up of what you'd think would be like a grappler or something like that. Him being a zoner is just
So how would you describe what a zoner character is to the people who are watching that aren't familiar with the term?
He's a character who wants to keep his opponent in a certain zone because he has attacks that are focusing in that area.
Sort of close range. Then.
Well, kind of medium to long.
Yeah, he likes to keep them out with like lasers. Just always be like
that eye beam.
Controlling the pace.
I love how it's so cool.
So the other guy's just basically just struggling to get in close, and he's kind of like
Oh yeah, he's like stay away. Oh my gosh, I love that with the back. Cool. Oh, bye-bye. That is a cool super move.
Yeah,
oh
that's
my
one
gosh.
of my favorites ones. It's like the ones that go into outer space and are just completely, over the top.
Always good when you get punched into space.
Yeah.
It's got to be an incredible feeling seeing fans play this game. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It is. Like some of the things that people are seeing for the first time, and us remembering working on it 2 years ago, and just finally, it's so difficult to kind of bite your tongue, but the response that everybody has had is absolutely makes it worth it, as much time and energy as we kind of all put into the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And what was it like working with DC on this game? Did you have a certain amount of freedom to do what you wanted with the characters?
Yeah, they're working with DC. It's a collaboration. It's not really like licensee licensor relationship. It's not what what you're not allowed to do. It's what can we all do that's so cool with this character, and that whole kind of spirit of working together is, I think, really shows with the the personality of the character. Every character has nuances that any fan of that character is going to pick up and really appreciate.
Totally, it is so. You guys just hit it on the head. For all the DC fans, all the super moves is just like, it's happening! Oh my gosh! That's how I feel when I'm playing this.
Yeah.
What were some characters, I want to know, that you just knew you needed to include in the game, like essential characters?
Yeah, just like some fans of Injustice 1, we were ultimately sad that we couldn't include some characters in Injustice 2, and so this game was all about bringing back those characters that people were asking for, but we couldn't deliver. The Firestorms, the Supergirls, Captain Cold. For me, it was Dr. Fate. I was really, from the first game, I really wanted him. We couldn't kind of get him into the story, and so we knew if we're going to do another one, he's on the roster.
Did you see Jason's Dr. Fate shirt?
No, I did not.
Oh my gosh, it's great.
Is it?
Let's see, what else? Did you come up on any challenges in creating this game?
Well, I think when people play this game, they're going to realize the scope of it. I mean, this multiverse thing is this never-ending series of challenges that you can do, and then we have this very movie-like story mode that we can't wait for people to play it. It is just like a superhero movie, and you're participating in it. And the scope of that was like making a
movie.
a feature film.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean,
And
even
so
the super moves are like, I'm watching
each
a
one is a
movie.
little tiny 10-second movie, you know, and so creating all that content in the period of time that we had was a huge, huge endeavor.
Look at that. That's so cool.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
teleporting is so awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about what it was like, speaking of the super moves, developing each one for each character?
You know, it was a lot of fun. We have these super move meetings. Anybody in the studio who has an idea for a super move comes in, and then they stand up in front of everybody and just act it out. And then based on everybody's responses, you know, we can tell which ones are going to resonate, which ones we're going to do. And so those are some of the funnest meetings.
I would have loved to see the pitch for the Flash's super
Yeah.
move, because it's so wild.
Yeah.
And you go back in time and there's a T-Rex.
Yeah,
It's so
sometimes,
cool.
you know, everybody's kind of like, we're not going to be able to do that in 10 seconds. And then, you know, we keep massaging it and we keep, you know, iterating. And that's one of my favorite ones.
Thousands
Yeah.
of years in 10 seconds.
Oh my
Exactly,
gosh, it's
exactly,
incredible.
exactly.
So can you tell us a little bit about what sort of DLC we're going to be seeing in the coming
Yeah,
months?
you know, it's interesting. I would like to announce all 9 DLC characters yesterday, you know. But you know, there's kind of like a cadence of what's coming out. But a lot of the characters that, you know, like if you haven't seen your favorite character, and you've seen a lot of hype coming for, oh, they gotta have this, they're probably gonna be it. You know, the ones that you're thinking there's no way they can not do this character, they're probably on our list. Yeah. And we might have a guest here and there.
I can't wait! Oh my gosh. Okay, tell me a little bit more. I feel like we didn't linger enough on Darkseid. What's your favorite move that he does?
Well, for me, it's a super move, obviously, but he's got so many cool. I love like his crazy, you know, I beams. They're just, you know, they're unpredictable, and you know, like I said, he's such a visually cool character, just with his arrogance and then this kind of crazy power that he
Can
has.
you imagine just like cooking up a steak with those I-beams, just being like, I'm gonna look at that steak and then it's done. There's
Yeah.
so many practical uses you can do for it.
He's an awesome character. He could have been the big bad guy in any game. So.
Do you have a personal favorite character that you like to
The
play?
Flash, yeah. He's since I was 6 years old, the Flash has been my favorite DC character.
He's great.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
great. This is incredible. You have been doing great work.
Trying to do some work on this guy. Definitely, he's one of my favorite characters.
Oh
now,
man,
so.
and he's so cool looking. Well, we had
What's going on, guys? It's Super here. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you guys subscribe or check out any of these videos linked at the top. Thank you, and I'll see you guys next time.